Alrighty guys, welcome back. Today I'm going to share with you my number one rule, and when I say number one, it's probably the absolute most important one that I go by when I buy a property. And when I say buy a property, it's exactly what I mean. You have to buy these properties right. And what I mean by buying them right, you have to buy them at the right price, which is going to be deep enough or have enough spread or have enough profit margin in there for you to take into account what you're going to be paying for the rehab, some incidentals, maybe an OSH fund, you know what I mean? Or have some reserves for that, because when you start pulling away the walls and you start getting into things, plumbing will add up, you know, retexturing the whole house will add up, adding all the baseboards, putting all the cabinets, everything adds up, especially the small little details that you don't even take into account for, because these projects and these houses are old. Here within Scottsdale and Phoenix, a lot of these houses that we're working with, sometimes in Central Phoenix, they started in the 1940s, 50s, especially here in Scottsdale, they started in the 70s and 80s. So yeah, these houses are 30, 40, 50 years old, and there's gonna be things wrong with them, like replacing a roof. That's gonna be anywhere from $7,000 to $12,000 depending on what the size is. So if you buy the property right, so just as an example, real quick, if I know this house can sell for $300,000, like I told you before, my minimum requirement is I need to have $100,000 spread, so I need to buy this for $200,000. Anything below that, say if you buy it at 50%, 50 cents on the dollar, buy it at 150, boom, that's perfect, because now you have room for rehab. And you have to be careful because your GCs, you have to have a good relationship with your GCs. They'll charge you, 23% on top of everything else you have to do with materials and all the subs. So that'll save room for that. And also they'll save room for like incidentals, because there's been times where I go through these properties, I look at the plumbing, cast iron, barely look at it, cracks. That just turned in a $3,000 check that you have to write, and you have to do it. You can't go in there and half-ass these properties. You half-ass this property, you're not gonna get it sold. And then you might actually come in and run into something later on down in life and be like, hey, something happened with the plumbing, you're responsible, or the GC's responsible. You don't wanna do that. You wanna make sure you do it right. Do your research, take your time. I always recommend don't buy them blind unless you have it really deep enough to actually account for that. Walk the property, do your research, walk it with a GC, and make sure you get it at a good price that's gonna account for everything. So like I said, guys, that's my number one tip. Take it into heart, because if you don't, you'll lose your ass. I'll see you next time, guys. If you have any questions, make sure to reach out to me.